Now, madam, you, besides having written books like The Coming Plague, you have written the cover article on the new Newsweek, Fear and the Flu. And then this little image, a little snout, the piggies are right outside our door, trying to lick our children. Now, should I be terrified? Is this the end? Is it all over?
No.
It's not?
No.
Why should I believe you?
This particular virus is new, and it's a nasty virus, but it's not nasty enough.
What's nasty enough? You say that there are people out there who could have swine flu, and we don't know because they're not sick enough to be tested for the swine flu. What is sick enough? What gets you? What gets your blood drawn?
You have to be in a cluster of suspicious cases. You have to be running a high fever. You have to be nauseated and, you know, the flu, a really bad, rotten case of flu.
But I get that. I go to the doctor, and he doesn't draw my blood. He just says, you got the flu, go to bed.
Yeah, well, you're not in the middle of an epidemic, but now you are.
So we're in the middle of an epidemic right now?
Yeah, we're in an epidemic right now.
Okay. Now, you write about epidemics and this kind of stuff all the time. When you heard that there was a swine flu going around, did you think, cha-ching? I smell cover story. Boom!
Actually,
Mama needs a new pair of shoes.
You know, my really big problem is the biggest sales are in Beijing, but the Chinese steal my royalties.
Oh, there it is. Now, now God gave us a pretty good warning about this, madam. He said, and the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you.
Yes, so the point being, having giant industrial-scale pork farms where we have wall-to-wall zillions of pigs, and outside lots of birds, and then people walking in and out. We've created this artificial ecology that is extremely dangerous.
But why is the pig the vector for, you know, avian, for bird viruses and for human viruses and pig viruses? Why are they individual, like, walking, talking, eating, pooping petri dishes?
The term we use is mixing vessels. It's a little more polite.
They're a mixing vessel? Why are pigs a mixing vessel? Why do all these viruses inhabit this one pig? Is it because pigs are so delicious? Is that what it is?
Pigs will eat anything. Absolutely anything. They will.
But it sounds like anything will propaganda. Also pig, like anything. These viruses will go into a pig.
They have a very permissive GI tract.
That sounds like they have loose morals in their guts.
Yeah, well, close. But, you know, the real thing is we also are worried about chickens, and we have really good reasons to be worried about chickens.
Go on. Why should I be terrified of chickens?
Because, okay, you're worried about H1N1, the pig virus,
yes.
But there's H5N1, the bird virus.
Is that 5 times as bad as H1?
Actually, more like about 850 times as bad.
Well, now, was this the thing
the
that
mortality rate of that one
Yeah.
in Indonesia right now is 82% of the people who get it die.
Okay, so now that bird flu is where around? In Indonesia?
It's actually in many places all over the world. Just hasn't come to the Americas yet.
You said that Mexico did a good job handling the swine flu outbreak, other than, you know, the fact that they had the outbreak. What governments are not so forthcoming?
Here.
It started here?
It started in the United States of America.
But it's the Mexican flu.
Exported it to Mexico.
How did they get it?
Thank you very much, Mr. Lou Dobbs.
Do we need to quarantine Lou Dobbs? Is that what you're saying? You're not. I think you just called Lou Dobbs a swine. What countries have not been so forthcoming and helping epidemics like this?
Well, Egypt is running around killing 300,000 pigs, and they don't even have any of the pig flu there.
But just pigs are not halal. That's one reason.
Because of the 10% Coptic minority that they want to repress. But also, Indonesia hasn't shared any of the bird flu viruses that have emerged in that country. Because the Minister of Health believes that somehow we actually make these viruses, we the evil Americans, a.k.a. maybe the Jews, not really clear.
Maybe the Jews. And Lou Dobbs is bad. Weird, coming from the CFR. We'll be back after this. It's the Infowarrior with Jason Bermas, prisonplan.tv, Infowars.com. We are back, folks. It is the swine flu extravaganza here on the Infowarrior with Jason Bermas. We're taking your calls. And before we go to Sherry in Texas, Mark, Travis, Dave, and Lee, want to read this one out of New York. York Education. Rally to host flu shots. Serve as an emergency drill. Yes! The clinic will also serve as a live drill for the city's point of distribution plan. This is as real as you can make a drill, said David L. Hawk, the City Bureau of Health's medical director. This would also have all York residents responding to William Penn Senior High School. The county is working on plans in other school districts. The Office of Emergency Management in York County said that schools were chosen as sites because people are familiar with their locations and they have bus routes. Bus routes. See, they can just bust you in. You get that knock on the door from your local National Guard. Hey now, guy, he's going to come there. Hey, ma'am, how you doing? Look, we're just rounding everybody up for the swine flu. We got the bus there, and it looks like, according to my paperwork, that you haven't taken your shot yet. I'd like you to go get your 4-month-old baby and your husband if you could, and we're going to get on this little bus here. Don't worry, everything will be over in just a couple of hours. It'll be very, very quick. This is the first live drill that will take place September 19th, and thought of using the plan to distribute the swine flu shot everywhere if needed. We are in this drill on September 19th. They're looking to do a minimum of 1,000 shots. Meanwhile, it has mercury in it, and it gives people Gillian's Bear. And Gillian's Bear, folks, as weird, and it sounds kind of like Wade Boggs. If Wade Boggs wasn't a person, it's kind of Gillian Bear. Just like this crazy disease that you don't want. You don't know how crazy it is. I would rather be dead than be a quadriplegic. Okay, if I can't use my arms and I can't use my legs and the only thing that's running is my mouth, it will be a cold day in hell for Jason Bermas. I don't think I could live like that, folks. I really don't. We'll get to some of the other local articles in a moment, but let's go to Sherry in Texas. Sherry online. Yes, Sherry.
I called C-SPAN on June 29th when they had Peter Brooks on from the Heritage Foundation, and apparently he's like some kind of bioweapons expert, and I asked him about the Baxter incident, and he totally, of course, denied knowledge of it and said that the problems with bioweapons, and then he changed it and said biotechnology is that it's so pervasive. And then another woman called in right after that and reminded him of the Department of Defense receiving money to dig up the 1918 flu to, basically reconstruct it, And then Dr. Carley called in and gave him the real facts about it and gives reference to another video that PBS did that had Terrence Tumpy from the CDC literally pretty much admitting that he wanted to take the H5 component of avian flu, which is super deadly, and then put it in with the H1 from the H1N1 swine flu.
No, I've seen that. That's the PBS that's what from the 90s, right? That's that PBS specials from the 90s where they're discussing.
In 2002, it really started taking off, though. The real research did, because I think they've done 2 expeditions, I think, to dig it up.
Look, this CFR woman on Colbert trying to claim that pigs are mixing vessels, and that's
ridiculous.
And not only is it ridiculous, she also tries to claim that pigs in the United States are the ones that originated the swine flu. We don't have one case of a pig in the United States having it.
Case of that.
No, not at all.
It's like Munchausen syndrome. It's like Munchausen syndrome. When someone has Munchausen syndrome by proxy, they hurt their children to get attention or to get what they want. By using their child. And I think the government's kind of doing that with us right now.
No, they're absolutely doing that with us. Syndrome. Yeah, it is a lot like that, only they're also going to make a profit on top of it. I thank you, Sherry. And you know what? Let's get into that right now. This is on MSN Money. Let's see. Mayan Labs going to make a profit. Teva Pharmaceuticals, Sanofi Aventis, Novavax Incorporated, BioCryst Pharmaceuticals, and others going to make quite a bit on this. And, some of these articles are also saying, hey, take the Tamiflu as well, even though they admit the Tamiflu ain't going to help you one little bit. It's about the scratch and the power, baby. We'll be back after this. It's the Infowarrior with Jason Bermas.